We are back for another year of football. The Saints start the era of Derek Carr. LSU is loaded and should be tuned up under second-year coach Brian Kelly. Nicholls State is looking to get back on top with Coach Tim Rebowe at the helm. The high school teams are eager and ready. Our crew is also back. Our very own Cajun Cannon, Bobby Hebert. Well, he's offering in-depth analysis and game strategies. Former All-Pro Rich Maude brings his candid talk back for another year. Mike Detillier will offer his great insight to the sports world each and every week. Harry McCullough will showcase a special guest of the week, our high school expert Stan Gravois. He'll be on hand to discuss high school football standings. Chuck Bork takes over the question of the day this year as he puts his stellar law practice on hold for just 5 minutes. And our weekly Stay to Play raffle will reward a lucky winner. This year, our naming sponsors will be part of the show. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates, for all of your insurance needs. St. Martin & Bork, attorneys at law. Know your rights. Some perennial corporate sponsors are also on hand. South Louisiana Bank is better when we bank together. Terrebonne General Health System, Community Sports Institute. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality. Terrebonne Churches United Food Bank. And from Lafourche Parish, Louisiana's Cajun Bayou. Now, from the Eugene and Lorraine Falls studios in Houma, Louisiana, buckle up your chin straps. It's time for Sports on the Bayou.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Sports on the Bayou. Mike Detillier, along with the Cajun Cannon, Bobby Hebert, Rich Maude. We'll have a lot to talk about right after this break here on Sports on the Bayou.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates, for all of your insurance needs. And St. Martin & Bork, attorneys at law. Know your rights. When we come back, Saints Talk. You won't want to miss this. Don't go away.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin & Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin & Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin & Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Cardiovascular Institute of the South is celebrating 40 years of delivering health care to our patients and communities. Founded by Dr. Craig Walker in 1983 and guided by a mission to provide the highest quality cardiovascular care available, CIS has pioneered hundreds of firsts to improve outcomes for cardiovascular diseases. Through new technology, virtual care, outpatient procedures, and national growth, CIS is improving lives and leading the way for advanced care and innovation.
Sports on the Bayou is also brought to you by our corporate sponsors. South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Terrebonne General Health Systems and their Community Sports Institute. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality. Terrebonne Churches United Food Bank. And from Lafourche Parish, Louisiana's Cajun Bayou. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. Guys, last Thursday, Jacksonville 31-24 over the Saints. I didn't like this when the schedule came out. Gunslinger quarterback Trevor Lawrence, good young football team. You can't just play a quarter or 2 quarters. You got to play 4 quarters here. Jacksonville's too good And they sort of took their foot off the accelerator a little bit, and the Saints got right back into the game. Trevor Lawrence's injury, if you want to say,
didn't look hurt to me.
He didn't look hurt, but it's all medicine they give you in today's game.
They gave him a shot in his knee.
It's all medicine.
No, the next morning he wakes up like he can't go upstairs, or anything. But
when they needed something, they found it.
That's Doug Peterson, though.
He's
a great coach, and he knows his talent. He knows how to utilize his talent and get the most.
And they believe in him, and they believe in Trevor. That wasn't there under Urban Meyer.
That's exactly right.
That was just 2 years ago.
Urban was
do it my way or the highway.
He was a college coach, and I like Urban a lot, but he was a college
coach. The Jaguars are one of those teams that. When you look at the schedule came out in the spring, I said, I don't know if they're going to win that game because of the quarterback matchup.
Yeah, I agree.
Trevor Lawrence, you look at Jared Goff, who you actually facing. But then I looked at what transpired, who we facing now. We playing the Colts and Uncle Rico. I mean, y'all watched Napoleon Dynamite?
They took it on the chin.
Man, I bet I can throw over those mountains. I mean, go.
And the week before he threw 4 interceptions, and he was great. But that's Uncle
let me
Rico.
tell you, Gardner Minshew now, he's confident. They lost 39-38. They had a 59-yard touchdown pass. He had a 75-yard touchdown pass. He had a 17-yard run for a touchdown and a 4-yard run. They gave the Browns the business, who had the #1 defense. So it's going to be a challenge again for the Saints. And, Mike, you know what else? The game was 39-38, and they were -2 in the turnover margin, and they were hanging. I don't know if the Saints are going to win.
And I thought they got jammed at the end with a bad call.
Yeah.
You could see that wasn't a good call.
We were talking about that earlier.
But when you look at it, I mean, come on. If you want the Saints, can we go on a mini streak? But a mini streak, I mean, can we win 2 games in a row? Can we beat the Colts?
You play Tyson Baggett.
It's only happened once, hasn't it?
Then we play in the Bears, the bad news Bears. They're sorry. They played the quarterback from Shepherd. I mean, when you think about that, Mike, it's not the Ohio State kid.
No, it's not Justin Fields.
Not Justin Fields.
And it's not C.J. Stroud.
No, so who knows? I don't know what we're going to do, but you got to hold their feet to the fire. They have to win. The one thing I look at the Jaguars game, and this could not happen. We got to play 4 quarters defensively. The Saints had played 18 consecutive games without allowing a touchdown on their opponent's opening drive.
Man, it looked easy for Jacksonville.
The last time it happened, that was against the Seahawks in Week 5 last season. Now, on the opening drive, look at Trevor Lawrence. He completed 5 or 6 passing attempts, 21 yards, 15 yards, 14 yards, 9-yard scramble. All of a sudden, we lose 7-0. What the hell the Saints fans are going to cheer? How you just going to yell to be yelling? I always say this, that they can take you away to the crazy house.
They were booing.
Then you heard that last
They were booing, man. They were booing.
We're going to go to the highlights of the Jaguars Saints right off the bat. Trevor Lawrence back to pass, throws it downfield. And then, he gets the completion, and then Christian Kirk fumbles the football. It's one of 2 fumbles that basically the Jaguars gave you, and you come out of it with 3 points.
Well, Mike,
3
like
lousy
saying,
points. And here's the other one. Here's the other one.
Okay, right then, we +2 in the turnover margin with 13 minutes left in the second quarter. If you'd have told me that's the number, it's 14-3. We'd be winning 14-3, not losing 14-3.
And Travis Etienne, man, he wanted to play big. Louisiana guy from Jennings.
Etienne, you can't get more French than that.
No, at all. And then the Saints cut it. It's 17-9. Carr back to pass, scrambles out, throws it upfield, gets tipped around. Come on, man, you can't make that throw. Gets tipped up.
Now, Michael, who's that? How you pronounce it?
Olakan.
Oh, no, that dude's a flat.
Fourier Olakan. But then Taysom Hill comes back, makes the score, 24-16. And this is a real pretty play here. Derek Carr, Michael Thomas, and then the 2-point conversion to Kamara. You got a 24-24 game. When Trevor needs something, hits it over the middle. Christian Kirk, look at the speed.
I don't know. Honey Badger looks slow then. I mean, you get old.
Kirk is fast.
It sucks getting old. I just tell you right there.
And then here we go. Oh, my goodness.
It's just the way it is.
Foster Morrow.
Okay, I was just explaining that to Chuck. Look at this. Now I can do, because we're on TV, I can do the visual.
Sure.
That when you catching a football and it's coming over to your shoulder, you want to get yards after the catch, you might catch it like this, thumbs are out, and if you could catch it, then you could turn it up. You don't have to turn up anything. You have to have thumbs in. So when he's right there and that ball's coming, you got to turn your body and thumbs in, and he catches that ball and it's a touchdown. You might think, because I'm telling you, when your thumbs are out like this, over the shoulder, the ball skips off your hand.
And that ball is slick today. It is really slick.
You got to turn your body,
stab it out of the air.
Catch the ball almost like you're going for a rebound.
You go stab the ball out of the air. That's exactly what you're taught. You stab it out of the air.
Rich, you know. Rich is a receiver. He knows that.
Well, I was. Yeah. I wasn't at the same level as some of the old pro receivers.
But Rich,
I've caught 13 passes in my career. I mean, I'm going to go back. I don't want to be bragging, but just in case
Rich, you've been in that spot before with a pass that's, you say, how could I have dropped that? And you go back and think about it.
Honestly, Mike, I've never been in that. I can't recall. No, you're right. You do. I mean, sometimes
it happens.
It happens, but it's a concentration, like a concentration. But that. No,
well, I mean, how
tough.
can you not feel for Foster Morrow? He was dejected. You know, he's fighting cancer, and then all of a sudden he's playing in a game. So how can you not cheer for him? But you know, I was telling Mike, you know what's the difference? And it's a shame that we are like this in a society, but let's say he does that with the Raiders in Las Vegas. Man, he can come back to New Orleans. Nobody don't even remember that. But you know what? They'll bring that up to him 20 years from now.
No, he'll be 80 years old, and they'll have somebody else 80 years old. Say, I remember when you dropped
that pass to maybe going, I'm telling you, that's the way it is.
You're right. The fans don't forget.
When you come back to your hometown and you play, you better not totally suck.
That's when you stay away.
Because then you got to move. You got to move. I almost signed with the Seahawks. I remember, well, if I don't work out in Seattle, I mean, come on. Like, that's like a different country. In the Northwest, I can leave Seattle and come back home and all, but once you come back home, you better have somewhat success, or then people will constantly remind you, and like, man, that was 20, 30 years ago. No, they don't forget.
We got one texter, and it's every day he writes this. Man, why y'all let this old Falcon talk about the Saints? And he's still doing the airplane ride. When you did it, when you ended up beating the Saints.
Man, that guy don't even have a job. That son of a
every day I've seen it.
He's still in his mom's basement. We don't have basements. He's living with his mom in Texas.
We'll be back with more Sports on the Bayou.
When we come back, who's in the crowd?
Here at Rouse's, we have our own brands of products, which you'll find down every aisle of our stores. These are the best quality at the best price. They compare to the national brands we sell, but at a lower cost. Most are made right here, but we travel the world too. And we personally taste test and guarantee every item. So if our name's on the label, you can trust it's good. Rouse's brand, best quality at the best price.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin & Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin & Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin & Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by St. Martin & Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Alford & Associates for all of your insurance needs. And by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
Back here on Sports on the Bayou. Martin, I'll throw it to you.
All right, we are surrounded by law enforcement. First of all, before we start with the naming sponsors, can we give a round of applause to all law enforcement, all veterans? Chuck's a veteran. We got first responders. We appreciate what you're doing. All right. My good friends at South Louisiana Bank, Steve Crispino, passed by and said, Martin, would you please allow Lou to stand on the chair and lead everybody in the chair today? I said, that's no problem. I said, but Steve, I want 12% of my money in the bank. He said, I'll give you 15 if you get Lou on the chair. So Lou, stand up on the chair. Come on, Lou. Lou, stand up. No one's ever let me down. Get him, Bobby, get him the case.
Come on, Lou.
Lou, that's a little too fast, a little slow. There you go. All right, let's give it up for our naming sponsors today. Keep going, Lou. Rouse's Supermarkets. Can we have a big round of applause? They had a big old seminar, so they're learning more. Probably going to open about 8 more stores. So we'll do that. We have Priscilla and her gang, Alfred and Associates. Priscilla was going to get on the chair, but she had high heels. So we gave her a pass, all right? Chuck Borg, St. Martin and Borg, keep clapping. Good luck. Take the clapping low because Chuck has a microphone. Jennifer Ormond is in the house. She has missed everything. Bayou Community Foundation. Chuck, get a few words from her.
Martin, yeah, so I'm honored today. We have Jennifer Ormond, her assistant Katie Colley with us here today. Jennifer's with the Bayou Community Foundation. If you hadn't heard of them or if you hadn't worked with them, crawl out from under that rock. Jennifer, I know you got a big announcement on some things y'all got going on. I want to turn it over to you for a second.
Yes, thank you, Chuck. And I also want to recognize Lafourche Parish President Archie Chasson in the house.
Oh, you stole my money.
Because we are delighted today to let everyone know that after a year and a half of active rebuilding in Dulac here in Terrebonne Parish, where we built 24 homes and repaired over 300 with the help of our Amish friends from Pennsylvania. Our Amish friends returned to Louisiana yesterday to LaRose, and we're kicking off our expanded Rebuild South Lafourche and Rebuild Grand Isle project, where we hope to build 20 more homes in South Lafourche.
Fantastic. There we go. All right.
Man, I might become an Amish. Yeah. Look at that kind heart.
Jennifer, I was going to tell you, you might have to get the Amish to go at Bobby's house.
We have Cajun Bayou in the house, but I do want to recognize the parish president again. Archie, please stand up. One of the finest parish presidents in the parish. Archie does a great job, and we certainly appreciate it. Now, right behind me, Stan. Stan is so happy today. He's got his alma mater. His alma mater is in the house out there.
The Fighting Gators.
Yep. So Stan's going to have a little segment in a little bit. And look at Lester. Lester's starting to call in extra seats over here, so you know he's an important guy. Lester, stand up. Wave to the crowd today. Come on, Lester. All right, let's see. We got South Louisiana Bank, Steve Crispino. Lou, get back on the chair and keep clapping. Come on. I noticed it got called. Get back up on the chair. Come on. I'm a stockholder at the bank. I'm ordering you on that chair. Get on that chair. Get some clapping. All right, there we go. All right. We can't let it die over here. All right, we got next to the Terrebonne Churches United. They do a great job. Lawrence has a raffle. Lawrence and his crew, I'll be meeting with Jennifer this week. We're going to pull a raffle. Somebody's winning a car right here on the show in a couple of weeks. But I don't want to let the cat too much out the back. That'll be happening. All right, right behind them, we got Terrebonne Parish, Consolidated Government. They do a great job with our parish back there. That's a lot of the brass in the parish. And they mixed in a district attorney, private investigator back there. I like to see him spreading the wealth back there. All right, right next to them, we have GIS and CIS. Now, looking at some of the shape of the guys from GIS, that's why we paired them with CIS right behind them. All right, we got Tina. Tammy's got a good group over there. She's keeping them in check. And then right behind them, Terrebonne Parish School System. They're doing a great job. And then right next to them, we have the legends. They don't miss a show. Look at Coach Alvin and Coach Spinella. Mr. Donnie's a groupie. Mr. Donnie could have been a coach way back when, but look, that's two legends. And once again, we're surrounded by law enforcement, real bullets in the gun. Percy's got real bullets. I'm feeling pretty safe today at Sports on the Bayou. So thank you all for coming. Mike, back to you.
We'll be back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Right after the break, LSU Talk. Whoa, stick around. It's getting good.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our offered team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Here at Rouse's, we have our own brands of products, which you'll find down every aisle of our stores. These are the best quality at the best price. They compare to the national brands we sell, but at a lower cost. Most are made right here, but we travel the world too. And we personally taste test and guarantee every item. So if our name's on the label, you can trust it's good. Rouse's brand, best quality at the best price.
You gotta try this. And some of those. Ooh, and definitely that. You won't be disappointed, but just know you can only get it here. Up and down Louisiana's Cajun Bayou in Lafourche Parish. Y'all come visit? We're just 35 miles south of New Orleans. Hungry? Let's eat!
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. And St. Martin & Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back with more Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. Mike to tell you along with Cajun Cannon, Bobby Hebert, Rich Marty. Unprecedented. The Army Black Knights come to Baton Rouge. First time since 1931. Huey Long was governor of the state of Louisiana back then. So it's basically you're talking about almost 100 years since Army's been in Baton Rouge.
And they won that game.
Yeah, Baton Rouge. Yeah, it was good to Army back then.
Army won that game.
Army was at the
so they're only 1-1 right now.
And LSU scored 0 points back then.
That's right.
But not this game. Not this game.
No, LSU scored 0 points in the first 2 minutes. Then after that, it was the big tsunami. Again, great performance by Jaden Daniels. And, man, the development of Brian Thomas Jr. at wide receiver, because now you got bracket coverage, double coverage with Malik Neighbors. Okay, you do that, and I'm going to throw it to the other guy. And Mel, right off the bat, pow,
well,
they got hit with it.
When you look at LSU right now, this is not an opinion. This is what they've accomplished. They lead the country in points per game, 47.5. Total yards right now, they have 4,422. They've scored at least 48 points in 4 straight games. And you look at their first time doing so in the Southeastern Conference, they gained 500 yards in 7 straight games for the first time ever. You look at the history of LSU, no one has been this prolific on offense like they are right now. Now, how is that going to transfer against Alabama?
We'll see.
I mean,
it should be a heck of a game. I would think it's going to be a hell of a game.
You better
schizophrenic.
You better pack a lunch against Alabama in 4 quarters.
Because think about it.
You could get off to a great start, and look how Alabama's.
The last 3 games, they played a lousy first half against Texas A&M. The Aggies have the lead. Played a great first half against Arkansas. Arkansas comes back and has a chance at the end to win. This week plays another lousy first half. Tennessee's all over them. Tennessee did nothing in the second half. So they are kind of, I don't know what you want to call it, quarters team, quarters, half, whatever. You're going to get caught one time doing that. Okay, if you play a bad half, somebody jumps on you and gets some points, you might not be able to fight your way back. And I think Nick Saban is telling you that through his words, that we just can't play 2 quarters of football. It's got to be 4.
And LSU is going to have a great opportunity. It's like, well, we're playing on the road. Actually, if you look at the history, they've played better on the road than in Baton Rouge against Alabama.
They couldn't score at home for what was 3 games?
They have played better on the road. And you look at who has a better receiver combination than Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas. You look right now, Neighbors leads the country with 981 receiving yards, 19 more than even the great Josh Reed as the only receiver in LSU history with back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. I mean, so you look at the 1-2 punch, and then get any better what LSU has right now.
We'll go to the highlights here of LSU's 62-0 win right off the bat. Logan Diggs, 2-yard touchdown run. And then on defense, Champ Harris back to passing. Greg Penn III, who unbelievably, Mason Smith told me that's the guy to watch this year. He thought Greg Penn would have a super year. He's really played well. And then Jaden Daniels right down. Man, that is a great throw. And then you're not catching him. Man, Brian's got some speed. He's deceptively fast because of his size. And then they throw it downfield. Interception. Finally, LSU gets a turnover on the defensive side to football.
Mike, this is Sam's. He had 2 picks, right?
Yep, 2 picks. And so Andre Sam, who's bounced all over college football, but it's a good spot for him. And then Jaden Daniels. Over the middle again to you-know-who, Brian Thomas. Army trying to get something going, but then a fumble here. LSU gets the football.
They were just so outmanned. I mean, just size, physically the size. They would double the size. The offensive, defensive lines would double
and Ramos,
the size.
he got a little bit of a workout.
It might come down the game when he kick against Alabama. You got to make it.
And then on a short yardage play, again, LSU coming up big on defense. And I think the impact of Pete Jenkins has been felt. And then Malik Neighbors, you knew he was going to get a touchdown somewhere along the line here. Army back to pass, but again, a lot of pressure. Stretches out. They just throw this one up right before halftime. But, Zy Alexander gets it, but then he gets hurt on this play. We've still.
So, Mike, would you say he's maybe the top cornerback right now? Might not be available
on this team?
Yeah. I don't know what that's.
And that's questionable if he can play. Then Malik Neighbors, right off the bat in the second half. Again, what Rich said is true. Overmatched here. Andre Sam again with the big interception of the game, and it was a guy that was going to go to Tulane, and all of a sudden they had a spot open at LSU. Man, I'm going to LSU. And then again, bang, LSU gets in. Noah Kane, Baton Rouge guy, gets in for the score, and water over the bridge at this point. And then the freshman, Trey Holly, who hasn't had a touch this year, gets the football and then takes off downfield and gets a score for him. Man, Trey's about 5'6.5". He's maybe 180 pounds, but you talk about a guy that can play. Now, they got 2 of them now, Caleb Jackson and Trey Holly. But on that, Trey was never even touched on the play. 62-0. We know what's happening in 2 weeks. Alabama in Tuscaloosa, primetime television, the last game on primetime with CBS, because now the contracts have switched
ESPN.
And it's going to ESPN. And so this will be the last primetime night game for CBS. How fitting, LSU, Alabama.
So let me just ask you a question, both of you. So how does it tee up if LSU beats Alabama? So 2 losses. Alabama has 2 losses. So
you have to look at the SEC West.
Right.
It depends what Ole Miss does.
It depends on what would happen. Ole Miss would hold the key to the cards.
Control.
But you got to be Aggies. You got to run the table. You could be in the SEC championship again. But this is not an opinion. Again, this is a fact. When you look at the best offense in the country right now, it's not USC.
Penn State? Oh, no.
It's not Oregon.
Penn State, not after last Saturday.
No, it's not Oregon or Washington or anything. Right now, LSU ranks first in scoring, total offense, third down conversion percentage. And then you want to talk about chunk plays. You know how they wanted Jane all of a sudden to be better with the chunk plays? 20, 30, and 40 yards, they lead the nation with Jane Daniels. So
we'll
look, all these individual categories, LSU's the best.
Don't go away. Harry McCullough coming up shortly with his sports feature of the week.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin & Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin & Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin & Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our offered team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Alford & Associates for all of your insurance needs. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. And St. Martin & Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back to more Sports on the Bayou.
Back here on Sports on the Bayou. H, I'm going to throw it to you. Man, you got one of the top young coaches in the game, Justin Payne here from Nicholls State.
That's right. Actually, now Nichols, their men's and women's basketball team are led by former players for the Colonels. So, there was a time when Nichols, didn't really support, wasn't that high of a pressure job to be a women's basketball coach. But Duvie Plaisance came in. 15 years that she coached, went to the NCAA tournament. This guy was on the bench with her as assistant coach, but also a player under J.P. Pipers for that basketball team. He was, I guess, a coach on the court at that time. Now you're a coach on the side of the court. But anyway, welcome. And I know this is a long time coming, but how do you feel being a new coach, the 10th coach in Nichols history?
Yeah, man. So it's a full circle moment for me. Like you said, player, assistant coach, and now a head coach. Went to Georgia Southwestern and earned my stripes as a head coach. Right. And, did some remarkable things out there. 2 years in a row, we broke program records in the school's history for most wins ever. And NCAA tournament for the first time, first championship, first time ever in that university's history. So we're just excited to bring that down to the Bayou.
Yeah, so we got a 36-year-old women's coach, a 28-year-old men's coach. So a lot of youth and man, a good opportunity for you guys to get in there. When did you make the transition? So you were a men's basketball coach, so under J.P. Piper, y'all won 20 games, I think your junior, senior year. Yep. But then you get out and you want to get into coaching, but then you step over to Duvie's team. When did you decide to make that transition?
Yeah, so I was going to, felt like I was going to play professionally overseas and decided that I wanted to be like my dad, be a coach, and thought I really had some knowledge after playing those 4 years under Coach Piper and Kevin Johnson, and just wanted to be a coach after that. Coach Dubie had an opening, we hit it off, and it was history ever since.
Great. And look, with Title IX now, there's plenty of opportunities, and I don't want to, say there's any difference right now, but it's a great place to be in women's athletics right now.
Absolutely.
You come from Opelousas. I used to be at KDC in Lafayette. I remember going to the USL basketball games, women's games. It was like it would take a half to get 2 buckets, so I'd have highlights. Now you see the girls' game has evolved so much in the last 20 years. Tell me about that game, what you're going to try and do. I know, let's see, her name is Lexi, right? Alexander?
Yes.
She's a returning freshman, yes. Freshman of the year for Southland Conference. Tell me about your club.
Yeah, so we're just getting started. We want to try to continue to build. We didn't have many scholarships this upcoming year coming in, so we're working with this group, trying to make sure that they're ready for the season. They've been working hard. We're trying to maximize their potential. Lexi's a great player. Freshman of the year, as you said, all conference, preseason voted already, second team all conference. And my staff is working really hard as they're here today. And we're just looking to have a great year starting out November 6th.
Yeah, so what are you trying to, you're going to do 5 out, drive, kick threes? Is there any kind of style up and down? I know that Tavon was talking about he really wanted to get up and down the floor.
Yeah, so we got the Cajun Cannon in here, right? So we're kind of like that on the basketball side. That's right. So we like to get up those threes. We like to play fast. We like to press you a little bit. So, man, we're fired up.
A little Cajun Cannon offense.
Absolutely.
That's geography,
absolutely.
right? Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah, he ran the Gulf Coast offense when he was with Carl Smith with the Saints.
Yes.
So
we're trying to hire him.
When do you start and how do people support you guys?
Yeah, so man, you can definitely support us. Just go to my email or our social media. Please reach out to us. We have a couple of fundraising links that's going on. We need all the support that we can get. We start November 6th. Please come see us play. If you cannot just donate or anything like that, butts in the seats is what'll work. Right. Just come see our young ladies. They deserve to be seen, and we're going to change this thing around.
Yeah, so a local guy, like I said, guy from Opelousas, do you plan to recruit locally, or do you plan to just bring in people from Georgia, from America's Georgia, where you were? Portal. What do you plan? How do you plan to build this going forward?
Yeah. So I'm a Louisiana guy, and I believe in Louisiana's talent. And we're going to also reach out in the portal as well. They have some players that are from Louisiana as well that we're looking at in there. But we're just ready to get going like that. High school and mixed in with the portal.
All right, Justin. Well, congratulations on the gig. It's been I'll say this for a 36-year-old. It's been a long time coming. A guy to coach for a long time. But congratulations. We look forward to some success.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. God bless.
That's Justin Payne. We'll be right back with more Sports on the Bayou right after this.
Right after a short break, Stan Gravois in his Prep Football Roundup.
Here at Rouse's, we have our own brands of products, which you'll find down every aisle of our stores. These are the best quality at the best price. They compare to the national brands we sell, but at a lower cost. Most are made right here, but we travel the world too. And we personally taste test and guarantee every item. So if our name's on the label, you can trust it's good. Rouse's brand, best quality at the best price.
At South Louisiana Bank, we're great at banking, but we're great at a lot of other stuff too.
Is that a new rod and reel?
Hey, a girl's got a fish. We care about the community we live in and the people we serve. We're not just like you. We are you.
Are you boiling crawfish?
No, just letting them soak.
We're proud to be here and work for the place and the people we love. South Louisiana Bank. It's in the name.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by St. Martin and Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. And by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Sports on the Bayou as we take a look at Week 8 of the high school football season. At Thibodaux High, Central Lafourche got the early lead in their game against the Tigers. This a 5-yard run by Zacchaeus McNabb. On the Trojans' next possession, they were about to make it a 2-score lead, but this fumble return by Austin Jones sets Thibodaux in the right direction. 2 plays later, it's a 34-yard pass from Braden Becknell to Kyron Falls. Thibodaux never looks back. They hold on to win it in a tough-fought game, 22-20 against the Trojans, keeping their playoff dreams alive. At Buddy Marcella Stadium, Vanderbilt has no problems with Ellender. Jalen Coleman, another game over 100 yards. The Terriers led it 41-0 at half, coasted in the second half for a homecoming win, 48-0 over Ellender. In other Week 8 games, Assumption with a mild surprise over Lutcher. South Terrebonne blasts Morgan City for their homecoming. South Lafourche 7 points short of St. Louis. E.D. White no problems with Berwick. Houma Christian runs away from Jefferson Rise. Terrebonne gets a huge win over previously undefeated East St. John. Hawnville shuts out H.L. Bourgeois. Ascension Catholic throttles Covenant Christian. And St. James disposes of Donaldsonville. Some playoff information as we head into the home stretch. In the non-select bracket, those are those schools that have a specified attendance zone. 28 teams make the playoffs in each division. That means 112 teams in, 58 out. In the select bracket, those are those high schools that have no specific attendance zone. 24 teams make it in each division bracket. That's 96 in, 29 out. Which means in the state of Louisiana, 293 schools play LHSAA football, 208 make the playoffs. That's right, folks, 71% of the teams are in. And likely to represent the Bayou region in Division 1 will be Destrehan, East St. John, Terrebonne, and Thibodaux and South Lafourche if things go right in their final 2 games. In Division 2 non-select, Lutcher and Assumption are both safely in. In Division 2 select, E.D. White and Vanderbilt safely in, E.D. White looking at a first-round bye. In Select Division 3, Houma Christian in, they're looking for a home game. And finally, in Division 4 Select, Central Catholic in easily, Covenant Christian looks like they'll be in, but on the road for the first week.
As Martin said a little bit earlier, I am proud to have here South Terrebonne High School. We're going to talk to Aaron in just a little while, but I do want to introduce the table, and it all starts with the principal there, Madge Gautreaux, real quick, and maybe Lester could fact-find on this, and Madge is going to kill me for this because she's so humble. But Madge, first of all, she's the first female principal ever at South Terrebonne. I know that means a lot because she's a graduate of the school. But second, Madge was very involved when she was in high school. I was there as a teacher years and years ago, and she's the perfect person to be the principal there because she was involved with SGA. She was involved, she was a cheerleader. She was involved with athletics. But I think that she is the only person in the history of Nicholls State University to be a cheerleader and to let her in sports her time there. She was a terrific discus thrower at Nicholls State University. So that's pretty special. You don't hear that too much. Also, along with Madge is the athletic director, Archie Adams. Proud of both of them because they're ex-students when I was there. And sitting across from Archie is Mike Barber. Mike is a football coach there on the offensive side of the ball, but he's also won a state championship in baseball just recently and has had 3 really terrific years. And I remember that guy when he was in diapers way back when, so proud of him also. Next to him is Bill Hawkins. Bill is a defensive coordinator at South Terrebonne, a terrific defensive mind. Love to sit behind and hear him talk to his kids. And to his left is Zach Poisson. Zach Poisson is the athletic trainer there, works on behalf of Terrebonne General, and we're very proud of what Zach does there as an athletic trainer. And I have here standing with me the head coach, formerly of Central Lafourche High School, but now a Gator, Aaron Babin. Aaron is in his 2nd year at South Terrebonne. Just like last year, they sort of getting at the, I don't know if it's your mojo together. Things are sort of coming together. A 44-0 winner for their homecoming game last week. On paper, a game you could win against HL, sorry, Percy, against HL Bourgeois. Talk about your team.
Yeah, I mean, we have 2 wins in the last 4 weeks for us, which is, great. We feel like we're coming on strong right here. I don't think we didn't plan it that way. It's just kind of how it went last year. We had a lot of close games really early in the season. And then this year, we knew we were replacing production and, and trying to feel it out. It didn't work great for us. I think one of the big things is we lost our starting quarterback week 2. So then, kind of goes back to the drawing board. We run a multiple offense. And with that being said, when you do have that quarterback change, there's still some adjustments that need to happen with that. But I think Trey Pino was the original starter who did a great job for us all offseason. Offense really fitted him in the way that we developed it throughout the summer. And then Breeze Blanchard stepped in, and I think he's done an excellent job. Sophomore has a bright future, as does Trey too. So looking at those two, that's part of it. But then Coach Hawkins on the defensive side has kept us in a lot of games as we've been getting our footing down.
Keys to winning against HL Bourgeois. What do you have to do to win? And don't give me like one of the coaches who said score more points than them. What, a little bit deeper than that.
I think we have to establish the line of scrimmage. I think both on the defensive and offensive front, those are 2 lines where we put a lot of stock in coming into the season, and that really hasn't changed. I think we have to establish our run game, which in the last few games we've had just one, Brody Dupree, who's also a sophomore. He's had 400 rushing yard games in a row right now, so he's gotten hot as we've come on, and then we're distributing the ball, and we have to keep doing it that way. Defensively, it's establishing our defensive line right there, and then getting our linebackers to run around and make plays for us.
Very good. Good luck this Friday night, Aaron. Thanks to all of you guys for South Terrebonne to being here. And with that, we're going to be back with more Sports on the Bayou right after this.
Don't fall asleep when we come back from the break. Chuck Bork with his What's Up, Chuck segment.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our offered team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
The new generation of Hondas are here at Barker Honda.
The all-new Accord, head of its class, miles ahead.
All new 2023 HRV and CRV.
And Pilot, built for every driving need. Family favorite Odyssey has all new trim levels.
Go everywhere with Passport.
And the award-winning Civic.
The generation for every generation. And always remember, it's better at Barker.
Sports on the Bayou is also brought to you by our corporate sponsors. South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Terrebonne General Health Systems and their Community Sports Institute. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality. Terrebonne Churches United Food Bank. And from Lafourche Parish, Louisiana's Cajun Bayou. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. This is our What's Up Check segment. Chuck Bork, thanks so much for joining us today. I know you got a good question for you, man.
Appreciate it, Mike. Last couple of weeks, I've been concentrating on Saints football and talking different things about Saints football, but I got to tell you, after Thursday night, I don't really want to talk about Saints football.
I agree.
So looking at what we got coming up with college football, something that's excited me, have always fired me up. One of the things I always like is the rivalries. LSU Alabama's coming up. Weekend after that is LSU Florida. been my traditional. I've got some guys I went to flight school with in the military. For 30 years, we've done LSU-Florida game, and I've seen the traditions. So I wanted today to come up with a question or throw it to the panel of, let's talk about great college football and great college football traditions. And to be honest, I don't know if it's a question I can ask Bobby. It may be more appropriate for Rich.
Give it to
because
Rich.
when it comes to great college football, when it comes to great
Penn State, Ohio State
college football, I think Rich is up here and Bobby is down here. With that being said, listen, no insult to Northwestern.
No, but you can't compare Northwest Louisiana to Penn State.
So with that being said, this past week was Penn State, Ohio State, something I've wanted to go to for years. I want to hear a little bit about it. I turn it over to Rich. Tell me about some of the things you remember. Tell me about some of the traditions. And tell us why your program was much better than Bobby's program.
Okay, well, I'm not sure we have enough time. I'm going to have to roll into next week's show. But, however, so the first, I'm in 1974, walk into Penn State, the stadium, 59,000 back then is how many we had. So it was almost like the first time you walked into a big stadium, it's like a deja vu. You're there, but you're not there, because I don't know. At Northwestern, what'd you play? 300-400 people? I don't know.
Well, we had one of the nicest stadiums, but
no, they did have a pretty nice stadium.
No, but we have one of the nicest stadiums, but we had to play Southern or Grambling to pack it.
No, that's true.
I'm serious. The largest crowds
and Lester can sit. That's happened at Nichols.
This happened at Nichols. Southern and Grambling, they travel. So that's who you want to play in Thibodeau or Natchitoches.
We had, we would go to bowl games. Then would fund the whole entire athletic program. So if we didn't go to bowl game, they cut 40 or 50 people every year. But we had, being in a big time program, I'm not sure that Natchitoches Northwestern had this kind of. But we would actually share a car. The seniors would get a car, and 4 of us would have a car. So we played in Jacksonville. We played Notre Dame. My senior year.
You probably lost.
We did lose. But to this day, you could drive on the beach in Jacksonville. To this day, there are 2 Chevrolet Impalas in the middle of the ocean from Penn State because they never found them. Well, but that was it. That was the downside.
I always was intrigued. How in the hell they got the name Beaver Stadium?
Well, we can't. This is a mixed crowd. We can't go that way. I mean, Bob, you got to know your audience.
And they have like, and all of a sudden they have whenever Penn State has a whiteout, they're gonna lose. They have a whiteout. Everybody.
Oh, that's not true. No, the whiteout. I mean, we have lost to Ohio State, and I'm not proud of it. Today, you really, Chuck, you should. You've never been to a whiteout. Have you been to a whiteout? I mean, it is. It is
but then when you mix in a team like Ohio State that y'all been playing for how many years?
I know.
Whether we like them or not, the environment in a game like that.
But we beat Ohio State. My junior or senior year, Archie Griffin was the Heisman Trophy winner 2 years in a row. Yeah. We beat him 1 year back then.
But Pitt was the big rivalry.
I scored a touchdown. Let me tell you about my touchdown. Hold on a second. It was a skinny post.
Okay.
And we didn't have an A-bib.
No,
John Andrus was the quarterback.
You had your thumbs in or thumbs out?
Oh, it played right here. Pinkies together, right here.
Pinkies together.
38 yards.
Probably had stickum on your fingers.
No, they didn't have it in college. In pros, the 1977 was the last year they had stickum. And it was all over. I mean, it was like glue.
But Rich, do y'all still play Pitt every year? Because that's a shame if y'all don't.
Yeah, you should play
We should. Well, all those traditional games are gone. We played Temple, too, on the St. Joe used to try to build up Eastern football.
We're about to lose. That's our biggest fear. We're going to lose LSU, Florida. Probably.
But you're going to lose it.
Who's not in the SEC?
You're not going to be there.
We're going to have everybody in the Big Ten. It's going to be cool.
Don't fall asleep now, because when we come back, I'll give away an award to someone who's in the audience on my Stay to Play segment.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin & Borg. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin & Borg have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin and Bourke today to schedule your free consultation.
Give where you live. The Terrebonne Church's United Food Bank.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. And St. Martin and Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back to more Sports on the Bayou.
State of Michigan.
Back here on Sports on the Bayou. Martin, I'll throw it to you. You got Archie, and he'll make sure everything is on the up and up.
Yeah,
right?
Bobby was still defending Northwestern during the breaks, but that's okay. We understand. Look,
I had
we got
four guys that played when I played. They played 10 years or more in the NFL.
Right, you're cutting into my time now.
Hello. Super duper.
That is Clayton.
Huh?
Didn't you have Clayton?
No, Mark Duper.
Yeah, Duper.
That was the Marks brothers, and the Dolphins set all the records with Marino.
That's right.
Now
Good point.
Clayton went to Louisville.
That was when pot and where they were floating bales of pot in Miami, and in the '80s when they called them the gray elephants out there. They were all in the dope business.
As they're talking, I'm rolling. It's a $100 cash award today. Archie Chesson is going to pull the winning number. Before I do this, I like to up the ante a little bit and pick on people in the crowd. Steve Bonfield, can we put another 20 from you in this? It's either yes or no, Steve.
Lunches are getting expensive.
You need me to spot you, Steve?
You gonna match 100? I got 100 right in my hand. What you think this is? That's $100.
You're not negotiating my deals. I can tell you that.
You're right. You made me go to the optometrist after this. All right, so we got 120. Anybody else want to put any? Don't feel pressure. It's just TV. Can we recognize Beryl Amity, our state rep? Beryl, stand up, please, real quick.
That's 2 weeks in a row. Are you running again?
Look,
No, you already won. I'm sorry.
If Beryl wins, I don't think she can accept anything over $60. So what I'll do? No, that's true. That's a law. I'm gonna give her 60, and then we'll raffle off the other 60. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Beryl's going, that is not fair.
Well, just come and
Watch if you win too. All right, here we go.
We'll do it under the table like we all do.
All right, Archie, pressure's on. 200 eyes are on you. Priscilla's studying you right now.
595568. I'm sorry, Spud.
Damn, Spud.
Sorry, Spud.
Read it loud again.
It's like horseshoes and hand grenades, Spud.
5568.
Wait a minute now.
Darla, that's you?
It's Jason.
Jason! The guy behind the green screen.
All right, green man.
Jason, look, our cameras are probably going crazy. He's probably jumping and doing cartwheels back there right now.
Well, some casino's going to get that money quick.
Jason won $120.
And if he asks Martin for a raise, he's going to say that's your raise.
Yeah, if you paid him, he wouldn't be so excited about $100.
And Martin's going to tell him that's your raise.
No, next week is a special event because we're going to auction off. I'm going to Walgreens. I'm buying I think it's aisle 13, Rich told me, all the hair color that Rich normally uses for the show. We're going to auction that off next week.
I might put $100 on that deal.
I could be the Rogaine sponsor.
Wow. But look, another round of applause. Archie does a great job.
All right, Archie.
Unopposed. Beryl was unopposed. Can you believe that when you're unopposed in a political office, That's pretty much a mandate by the public that they like you. So we.
That means you're doing your damn job.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It means
no
nobody
doubt.
else wants it.
Well, the only thing Archie hasn't gotten yet is a blizzard. But the way weather has been, Arch, I hate to even say it.
He said, "Don't jinx it."
Don't jinx it.
I just pulled out the stick for Misty a while ago. We had an ice storm that never developed. The stick has never been present for a blizzard, and we don't ever want it to be present.
Not the way they drive here. They don't drive good in good weather. Imagine what it would be in this kind of weather.
Right on that thing on I-55. My wife was
Oh,
thinking,
my goodness.
People back there, but she just, so God was watching over her because she didn't.
All right, we're going to go to the break. Jason Serenier, get a close-up. There you go. Look, this is your $100 from me. Steve Ponville put in another $20. So you are one rich dude this afternoon.
I've never seen somebody stretch $100 as far as milk and get so much out of it.
You're sitting next to
it
him.
on my budget.
You're sitting
You
next
got
to
that
him,
right.
All right, we'll be back
with more Sports on the Bayou.
Coming up, a look at next week's game.
Here at Rouse's, we have our own brands of products, which you'll find down every aisle of our stores. These are the best quality at the best price. They compare to the national brands we sell, but at a lower cost. Most are made right here, but we travel the world too. And we personally taste test and guarantee every item. So if our name's on the label, you can trust it's good. Rouse's brand, best quality at the best price.
Terrebonne General Health System is the largest healthcare resource in Southeast Louisiana, offering a high-tech and high-touch style of healing. World-renowned services include cardiology, women's health, cancer care, and a healthy lifestyle center.
This is a true calling for all the physicians, nurses, and staff who make up our proud Terrebonne General family. We are here to provide health care for our community.
To discover more, please visit tghealthsystem.com.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates for all of your insurance needs. And St. Martin & Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Thank you for watching. We'll be back next week with another version of Sports on the Bayou.
We'll see you next week on Sports on the Bayou.